and welcome back to my channel. We have a live audience this week, which is a first for this channel. Hopefully they behave because there is so much to go through about the upcoming game week. I managed to finish the last game week on a green arrow and I'm not quite sure how I did it, but I'm very, very happy. I finished in the top 100k, which is something I've said so many times this season, but hopefully I am now here to stay. I think I'm around 93,000, which is very, very good news and steady progress. I'm hoping to maybe get towards the top 50k by the end of the season, but I'm not entirely sure. So in this video, I'm going to go over how my team did and my upcoming transfer plans for the next game week. There are many plans to go through, so let's jump straight into it. 41 points in total. My overall rank is just under 95,000, so I'm at 94,966. I thought I was slightly higher, but apparently not. Hopefully we can climb the ranks. We will get there slowly but surely. This was... If you look at the team, it's just so flat. There's nothing very exciting. Edison, once again, very, very disappointing. I don't know why I didn't bring De Gea in, but here we are. Conceded a goal against Leeds. I thought City were going to keep the clean sheet, but they're incapable, or Edison's incapable. So I think I'm going to give Edison one more week, and then we'll probably just bring in De Gea. I think that's the sensible option. And then, disappointing again, Trippier. I love Trippier so much. I really love having him on my team and I'm too scared to transfer him out. So I'm stuck. I'm stuck with him. He's going and every single week I expect him to keep a clean sheet, to get an attacking return. Neither of those things are happening and it's very, very sad. They conceded 2 goals against Arsenal, which is just not ideal whatsoever. I thought that, I don't know. I don't know necessarily whether I thought Newcastle were going to win the game, but I was expecting a little bit more. And then that takes us actually to Isaac, 2 points in total. Oh, no goals for Newcastle. I didn't see that coming. I was actually considering having Isaac and Wilson for the double game week. I have now gone off that idea massively after they both started and I just don't think they gel well together. So I'm going to probably put all my eggs in one basket and go for Isaac and then see all the Wilson points coming through and be really sad. But yeah, it's frustrating with Newcastle, but fingers crossed. This week we will get the clean sheet points and some attacking returns, hopefully. Very disappointing, very, very disappointing. Dunk. Oh, my Brighton defensive asset just let me down so badly. That game against Everton was tragic. If anyone predicted the result, then hats off to you because I don't think anyone would have guessed that A, Brighton were going to lose, but B, Brighton were going to lose so badly. They conceded 5 goals against Everton. 5 goals. From the first minute, you knew that Brighton weren't on their top form and Everton have got so much to play for. They were just, yeah, it was a very, very painful watch. And then to make matters worse, Dunk decided to pick up a yellow card, which got us -1 point. Thank you very much, Dunk. I'm not feeling great about having my... having someone in defence in Brighton is just, yeah, I'm not overly happy, but we'll talk about that when we talk about my transfer options. And then a positive defender whom I am obsessed with, Trent, 7 points, thank you very much. They kept a clean sheet against Brentford, which I was surprised about. I thought Brentford were going to get a goal or 2 in, but they didn't. And then Trent also picked up a bonus point, so that's really, really positive. Then that also takes us to my midfield, Salah, the hero, the king. He got the clean sheet point, he scored a goal, and he also picked up 2 bonus points. He got me 10 points in total. Very annoying. This is where early team news can backfire because I was going to captain Salah in case there wasn't any early team news about whether Haaland was starting. Obviously, the team sheets came in, Haaland was starting. I thought it was a no-brainer to captain Haaland. Turns out it was the wrong decision. Should have gone for Salah, but this happens. And this is where my fear of Haaland is, again, so annoying. Similar to Trippier, I just feel like I have to play him and I have to captain him. And I should really just grow up hair, but we'll hopefully that'll happen next season. And then Rashford, oh, why did he blank? This is Rashford, yeah, it was a flop overall really for Man United, wasn't it? They didn't score anything and then West Ham actually scored a goal against them, so they lost 1-0 and there just wasn't really that much to say about the Man United game. Then my Brighton midfielders, slightly more positive news. I won't lie, I expected there to maybe be 3 Brighton goals and I would have more points, but taking the context of the game week into account, this is a very, very good turn of events. So Matoma assisted the 1 goal Brighton scored against Everton. He got me 5 points in total. And then McAllister, he came through. This has been the second week in a row that McAllister has really helped my team. And I had a massive fear about going for McAllister over March. So far, it's, well, actually, long term, it's paying off really well because March has got the injury. That was my biggest fear, not owning March, but McAllister, he's delivered for me. He got the goal, 8 points, lovely, thank you so much. We will take that. Already gone through Isaac. Haaland blanked, a very, very rare blank, and against Leeds. And what's so annoying is City scored 2 goals, but Haaland had no input whatsoever, which is, from FPL terms, very annoying, but whatever. So many people captained him, so it didn't really have a huge impact on my rank. But just knowing if I could have captained Salah, who knows where I would be right now, but you live. And then Watkins, again, another blank. I think I am probably at the end of the road with Watkins. I had him so early on in the season and I had so much joy with him. But since I've brought him back, I think after my wild card, he's just, no. Oh, actually, no, I think I kept him. I brought him back on the wild card. There's no joy. I'm not enjoying it whatsoever. So Watkins will be heading out this game week, spoiler. And then a quick look at my bench. Grealish was benched, so that was a really good decision. Gahey, nothing. Nico Williams obviously injured. And then at least Edison got me more points than Iverson. So let's have a look at my transfer plans. Let me go through what I'm not happy with this team. I'm not happy with Edison, as we've touched on. But I will be giving him another chance against Everton. And then I'm very, very likely to bring in De Gea. I am also not happy with Dunk. There's quite a lot in the defensive area that I'd probably like to change, but we've only got a few game weeks left and I think it's all pointless. So we're just going to focus on Dunk. Midfield, I'm very happy with. I would absolutely love to bring in Gibbs White. I think Forest are going to blow us away for the last couple of game weeks. They are battling relegation. They are so, so passionate. And Gibbs White has had involvement in basically all of their goals. So I would love to take a punt, but at this point in the season, I just think it's far too risky. I did consider transferring out Grealish this week for Gibbs White, but I'm likely to bench Grealish anyway, and then I'll have a massive benching headache. So I'm going without him, but keep an eye out. And if you're feeling braver, please go for him, because I just have a really good feeling that Gibbs White's going to... He's been so good. I'll stop going on about Gibbs White now. This isn't a Gibbs White fan club, but Gibbs White, that is one that I wish I could bring in. And then my front three... I wasn't sure whether to keep Isaac, but I'm keeping hold of him for the double, and then I'm going to transfer out Watkins. So there are 2 transfer options. This is number 1. This team means that I get to keep my Brighton triple up for their 2 double game weeks in a row. I'm quite tempted to take the punt on Enciso. Since game week 29, he has scored 2 goals, he's gotten 2 assists, he started 4 Premier League games in a row, he's basically nailed to start. And to get him in, I'd have to take out Dunk, who I'm not that impressed with anyway. And to be honest, Brighton's doubles aren't that great. They've got Arsenal and Newcastle, and then they've got Southampton and City. The only one I feel particularly confident about is Southampton. The other 3, I just see them conceding goals, and I don't know, Dunk's probably going to come in with an assist or some sort of header, but I'm not feeling very confident for that. So this allows me to have my 3 Brighton assets and kind of take a punt on someone else. I'm very tempted by this. In order to do so, I will also involve bringing in Luke Shaw. Upcoming fixtures look nice, and there's the double game week in 37. So it's Wolves, then the double in 37, Bournemouth and Chelsea, and then Fulham. All of those I feel quite confident about. Wolves and Bournemouth more so. Chelsea and Fulham, not entirely sure how confident I feel. But he may also... attacking returns, maybe, fingers crossed. Something. I was very tempted by Ben White, but Arsenal don't have a double and they're playing Brighton, Forest and Wolves. As I just said in my Morgan Gibbs monologue, Forest are looking very passionate. I think they're going to score in every single game, so I don't see them keeping a clean sheet there. And then Brighton, I've got 3 Brighton assets. I'm obviously going to be banking on them scoring at some point. And then Wolves is probably the only fixture that I can imagine they'll definitely keep a clean sheet. Well, potentially, definitely. I don't know what to predict anymore. This game week has just thrown me off. I would love to bring in Ben White, but I think there are more upsides to bring in Shaw. So that's option 1. This is option 2, and very, very straightforward. Just 1 transfer. I've got 2 free transfers. It will just be 1 transfer, and we're going straight from Watkins to Mitrovic. I am tempted by this. I need to support my fellow Serbian. He is back after his 8-game ban. Oh, I can imagine he's got a point to prove, and Fulham did so well in the last game week. Imagine Mitrovic amongst that. I'm really tempted to go for this. And I don't know whether Mitrovic will be a bit of a differential. And there have been times earlier in the season when I've gone without him, and I've really, really regretted it. Mitrovic and Toney are my two biggest fears. Throw Watkins in there as well, because he is just blowing up, even though he's had a couple of quiet game weeks. But I'm so scared to go without Mitrovic and then have him get a hat-trick on his return. So this is something I'm very, very tempted to do. The only downside is it does mean I need to keep hold of Dunk, and I don't know. I wouldn't, if I had better defenders than Gahey and Nico Williams, who's not even playing, I probably would actually bench Dunk. I'm not that tied to him, even though there is the double game week. So I've got a bad feeling about this from a defensive perspective, but I would love to bring in Mitrovic. So let me know what you think. This also leaves me with 1.5 million remaining in the bank. What I'm tempted to do for the next game week, because I'll be benching Grealish this week, is bring in Gundogan, because he has been great. And also, I had such a good season with him. I think it was 2 years ago, so I've got the nostalgia for him. I want to bring him back into the team, and then I will do Edison to De Gea, and then I've also got my double game weeks covered. So if I only use one transfer, at least then I can roll my transfer into next week and then use both. I don't know, we're getting so close to the end of the season. I'm a nervous wreck. In terms of captaincy, currently I'm on Isak, but this could change, and I don't know who I'd change it to. Potentially McAllister, but I feel as though as much as I've had 2 good weeks with McAllister, I'm not feeling fully supportive of him. I would love to put the captaincy on Matoma, because he always looks as though he's about to score, and he's got so much involvement, and he's just such a talented player. But we haven't really seen anything from him from an FPL perspective. But then it could be this double game week, his time to shine. As I said, after last week's performance from Brighton, they've got a lot to prove. And they're going to be fighting for a top place. So I think currently we're on Isak, but again, this could all change. Let me know in the comments who you're planning to captain, and whether you prefer my first transfer option, which is using both transfers, or my second transfer option, which is using one and rolling the other. This feels like a really nerve-wracking game week, so do let me know in the comments what you think I should do with my team and who you're picking as your captaincy option. Embarrassingly, the dogs have left. I've lost my fairy audience. But if you're still here, do click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. All of the links are in the description below. Best of luck with this game week, and I'll see you in the next video.